Hey, my name is Adam Payne. I'm the CEO of Ultra Botanica. I'm here at our factory in Oklahoma City. I wanted to invite you to partner with us so that we can get an incredible natural product into testing for COVID-19. Behind me we have our primary processor. It's a technology that we developed that enables curcumin to be absorbed into the body. Now, curcumin is an important substance, and it's the topic of our investigation because curcumin can help the body to balance its response to an acute infection. This clinical study will be looking at people that have gone to an emergency room or have called their doctor's office and they have a confirmed or, based upon symptoms, a near confirmed case of COVID-19. The issue is that people that are in the early stages of the disease, it's almost impossible to predict who is going to progress to an acute or a critical situation. We believe that if we give people curcumin at the beginning of their disease, that we can prevent people from progressing to an acute or a critical situation. So our study is very simple. We are going to work with emergency rooms and some primary care physicians in order to get our product into their hands for their patients. We're going to monitor those people that get our product and see if they progress, how many of those people eventually get hospitalized, versus a comparator group where they don't get our product to see how they progress and how many of those people get hospitalized. It is our belief that we can really help people that get COVID-19. Some people have approached us and said, must be a scam. Why are you asking for money when the government is giving away millions of dollars in order to do research in COVID-19? The fact is that smaller companies like ourselves are typically last in line to get funding. The federal government has numerous walls that we need to climb over in order to get even a product like ourselves into clinical testing. We are pursuing federal funding, but even with the grants and the availability of federal funding out there, it's going to take a number of months before we have the funding in order to be able to do what we need to do for this clinical study. So I would ask you to come on board with us, help us to get the money that we need in order to test this amazing product and to see if we can help people. Curcumin is a natural product that has been used by Ayurvedic and traditional Chinese medicine for centuries. We discovered it because people that study population statistics discovered that people that had turmeric as part of their daily diet were having lower incidence rates of cancers and inflammatory disease, Alzheimer's, diabetes, and all sorts of diseases. That spawned a whole bunch of research into curcumin in the Western world. In fact, today, curcumin is the most studied natural product. There are over 16,000 published articles about curcumin in the scientific literature. So what is it about curcumin that causes it to have its benefit? The primary benefit that curcumin has is if it's soluble, if it can get inside the cells, it actually helps to modulate an acute inflammation signal inside the cell. Our cells are like little factories. Inside the cell you have engines that respond to an insult to the cell. So if the cell gets insulted, like in a COVID-19 infection, if it gets a viral insult, or if it gets damaged, that cell starts to send off an acute signal saying, hey, send in help. Curcumin balances that signal and helps to mitigate an acute signal from getting out into all the tissues. The result is that when we modify that acute signal, the body is able to heal a lot quicker and not respond so quickly to an acute situation. We sell a bunch of different products, but I'm not here to sell our UltraCur technology. I just wanted to explain the different things that we have and what we're going to be putting into clinical study. Our main product, UltraCur, is a scaffold technology that allows the curcumin to be absorbed into the body. The problem with curcumin is that it does not absorb in and of itself. all of my competitors, most of the field talks about bioavailability as being the big problem with curcumin. And they're right. Curcumin as a molecule does not dissolve. And in order to get it to dissolve, the pharmaceutical scientists, the research scientists out there do a whole bunch of things in order to improve its dissolution kinetics. That's a big word, which means how quickly it dissolves and how quickly it gets into the body. Because if you can get it to dissolve, then you can get it to absorb into the tissues, into your circulation, and then it would be available to interact with your cells and help that inflammation signal. We bypassed all of that work on dissolution by starting with a liquid curcumin. Our liquid curcumin protein scaffold is a unique technology that takes soluble molecular curcumin and binds it to a protein scaffold. The result is a product that is absorbed within 20 minutes in the body, and people that take our product have reported remarkable results. 70% of people that take our product report a dramatic result within a week, and 50% of those people, 35% of the whole population, report a dramatic result within 24 hours. I myself, I have stiffness in my joints in my hand, and I play worship music at my church. If I forget to take UltraCur right before I play, I can play maybe 20 minutes before my hand starts to seize up and I can't play anymore. It's mainly this one, which is on the fretboard. If I take it right out when I start, or a few minutes before, I can play all night. This is a testament to the fact that UltraCur, in its protein scaffold formulation, is able to absorb into the body quickly and provide us with the tools that our body needs to have a balanced inflammatory response to what's going on around it. With the acute respiratory failures that are happening, the people wearing those bubble tents on their heads just to try to keep breathing, it got our attention. It's gotten the world's attention, especially when those researchers came out and shared with us that there are certain drugs that are called biologic therapies that were having an acute benefit on people that were suffering with COVID-19. One of those therapies, which I'm very familiar with, is called an IL-6 blockade drug. IL-6 blockade drugs are biologic therapies that go in and affect one part of the immune system function. And this is important because in people that are having acute COVID-19 infection, the cytokine storm that comes from their immune system overreacting to this virus threat is what really is resulting in people struggling to breathe, and with it's causing the mortality in the people that are dying. It's nearly impossible once people are that sick to reel back the cytokine storm that's going on. And there are some powerful drugs that are helping people with that. But what caught my attention was the IL-6. IL-6 happens to be one of the many targets that a natural product called curcumin also helps to balance in the body. And it was because that we knew about how curcumin helps to balance IL-6 in the body that we felt a moral obligation to come out and try to do something to help people. Again, this is not something that we thought about a couple months ago. Hey, we want to create something that's going to balance IL-6 in people. We've been selling our product to the nutritional supplement industry, to integrative medicine doctors, to compounding pharmacies since 2015. And our product has been widely accepted as one of the best curcumin products out there. You don't need to take my word for it. You can go to Amazon and look at reviews of people that have used our product online and see for yourself what other people think about our product. Regardless of what people think about our product, curcumin could be a very powerful ally to help people that are suffering with COVID-19. In order to get our product out into clinical use, though, we need to do a clinical study to show its benefit in people that are suffering with the disease. Because time is short, we started this GoFundMe in order to try to raise money to help get people rallied around getting us some money early so that we could go out and test our product. We've had some response, but right now we're focused on getting this to a wider audience. The reason why we need money in order to be able to do this clinical study is because the federal funding programs, the granting agencies are slow to respond. They are focusing on the big pharmaceutical drugs that are out there as treatments for people that have the disease. Where we want to focus is on getting a natural supplement into use to help balance the body's immune response, to prevent and hopefully balance the body's immune system so that people do not progress into an acute or a critical situation. We believe that our product, UltraCur, could help people that have gotten sick from progressing to an acute or critical situation.